Jason Momoa has been playing DC's Aquaman for more than 5 years, but with a new creative team behind the DC movie machine, rumors are swirling that he might be about to double dip. With anti-heroes like Venom, Deadpool, and Black Adam making waves at the box office with their unorthodox methods and offbeat senses of humor, it's natural to wonder whether some of the other anti-heroes of the comic book world are going to get feature films of their own. Now more than ever, a film centered on a filthy-mouthed bounty hunter like Lobo seems like a distinct possibility. If only an actor can be found to embody the character's hyper-violent nature and unusual fondness for profanity. Who has the X-factor necessary to bring Lobo from the page to the screen? One obvious choice, thanks to his experience playing the barbaric Khal Drogo on Game of Thrones, is Jason Momoa. There's only one problem. Momoa is already busy in the DC Extended Universe playing Aquaman. But that can't stop fans from dreaming about Momoa in the role of Lobo, whether or not such an arrangement would ever be practically possible. And if you take a look at some recently released fan art depicting Momoa in the role, you have to admit it'd make a good fit. And it seems evident that he'd be able to make the ultimate Bastich as entertaining on the screen as he is on the page. Fans are right to speculate on who might portray Lobo on the big screen. And Jason Momoa was recently asked about the possibility in a comicbook.com interview to promote his upcoming Slumberland film on Netflix. James Gunn, set to take over the film wing of DC Comics, posted a picture of Lobo on his official Mastodon account, leading some to assume that a Lobo feature film is in the works. When asked about it, Momoa didn't shut down the prospect, his duties as Aquaman notwithstanding. Having recently discussed an upcoming dream project within the DC Extended Universe, Momoa doesn't deny that such a project could involve Lobo. Well, everyone knows that I'm a big comic book fan, and so the comic that I collect the most and I have every comic there is, you can do your research and find out what that is.
I love you too.
Could this be a reference to Lobo? Would audiences accept two DC superheroes portrayed by the same actor across multiple projects? Would Lobo and Aquaman get to fight each other? None of these questions are answered by the excellent piece by fan art maestro Boss Logic on Instagram, depicting Momoa as Lobo. But it looks pretty cool anyway. The picture shows Momoa in full Lobo gear and makeup, and the comments seem mostly enthusiastic about the prospect, even with the Atlantis-sized conflict of interest the casting would represent. Boss Logic's rendition of Jason Momoa in the role of Lobo looks good and true to the original character, but it also calls to mind another Jason Momoa comic book movie project that never came to fruition, The Crow. The Crow was famously first adapted for a movie in the 1990s with Brandon Lee as the titular gloomy crime fighter, and for a time, Momoa was attached to the project. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, and Momoa even apologized to fans of the character for his inability to get the project off the ground. Looking at Momoa as Lobo in Boss Logic's fan art, it's difficult not to see the similarities between both characters' distinctive facial features and laments that neither Momoa's Lobo or Momoa's The Crow ever made their way to the screen. At least, not yet.